Hi, I'm Sophie.
Hi, I'm Frank.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hi, I'm Sebastian.
And
together, we're the Guardians of the Greenery.
This autumn, the Guardians of the Greenery assisted Paige Warren, Todd Fuller, and the University of Massachusetts Department of Environmental Conservation in the wildlife camera trapping taking place in the forest of Amherst. Dr. Paige Warren is currently working on a project assisted by graduate student Aaron Grade that focuses on the distribution of species in the Connecticut River Valley.
So, hi, I am Paige Warren. I'm a professor in the Department of Environmental Conservation at UMass Amherst here. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the wildlife camera trapping project that I've been working on with Todd Fuller and Chris Sutherland for several years now. We're working on it's a partnership with the town of Amherst. So that's one of the coolest things about it is that we're going to be collecting data, we are collecting data on the mammal communities in the Amherst area in a way that can inform management to the town of Amherst.
The Wildlife Camera Trapping Project is a non-invasive method of measuring species distribution and population densities. Conceptualized by Todd Fuller and funded by the university, 38 cameras were distributed in Amherst and Hadley to capture images of wildlife using motion-detecting technology.
So it's both a basic science project and a sort of educational training project and a way of sharing information with the town to help with their management. And these 40 cameras then are all motion sensing cameras. So what they help us collect are the kind of hidden things that you wouldn't find by just walking around and trying to look for mammals all on your own. These are very secretive animals. Sometimes they're active only at night or at sort of dawn and dusk. And so these cameras, just by sort of sitting out there and passively waiting for animals to walk by and then triggering with the motion of the animal, can get us a lot of information about the mammal communities in the town.
Are there any specific challenges that come with camera trapping?
Yeah, so one of the big challenges is a data challenge. Well, it's actually sort of two data challenges. One is that you get a lot of data in a short period of time, and then you have to figure out how to manage that and process that. And so a lot of students, some of the students involved in this class and other classes, are finding out just how much data you could collect with photos that then now have to be sort of gone through, and someone has to identify all of those images and turn that into numbers and spreadsheets that we could actually use to provide information to the town. The photos themselves are really cool and you get lots of neat sort of community engagement out of that, but in terms of data, it takes a lot more time to actually process the photos than to just put out the cameras and go check them. So that's one really big challenge. Another is that we don't really know how many different individual animals are walking in front of those cameras. It could be the same squirrel or bobcat or whatever going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in front of the camera, and there's no way for us to know that unless there's something really distinctive about that individual.
What areas of conservation would this benefit most from this study?
So one of the big things that the town is interested in is figuring out the effects of people's dogs on wildlife. So that was one of the big motivations for them of us putting these things out. But they're also just in general interested in what species are there, and it sort of helps with their sort of long-range planning for these sites. So there's some very sort of concrete nuts and bolts. Town needs to just know some basic information in order to make their management plans. But in general, we're going to actually contribute this data set to a larger network of data sets, actually probably several networks of data sets of urban or urbanizing areas and wildlife, especially mammals. And again, because mammals are so secretive, these camera traps have kind of opened up this whole new world for us to be able to learn about how urbanization affects these species. And there are people in cities around the country and around the world that are doing this, and we put our data set together with theirs, and we can learn more generally about how urbanization affects mammals, particular mammal species, or just the whole sort of diversity of mammals that we get to have around us in these urban and suburban areas.